Hey guys, so I want to share some exciting news with you. I got to join my first Pega development team at my job after 5 months of training. I'm super excited, and as I mentioned at the beginning of this series, I want to help other new Pega developers to learn the basics of Pega. I think this is a very nice way to contribute and to help each other out. So, yep, the past 2 weeks I have been very busy, but I will try to stay consistent and upload at least once every week. I think I have been learning a lot these past 2 weeks, and I think this will come in hand for this series so that we can all learn together. Okay, so let's get started with this video. Okay, so in the last video, we introduced data pages into our case type. But in doing so, we broke the room rate field. So if we select any type of room, for example, single, we can see that the room rate is not being updated. So let's remember how this works. The room rate field has a declared expression, which uses a decision table that is based on the value of a room field. So you might ask, isn't it Isn't room type equal to single, double, or king, or any value that I select here? Shouldn't that work? Well, not exactly. If you remember, when we configure our pick list, we had the identifier field and the display field. This is very important to know and to understand. Our pick list is a field of type text. It will store the identifier field as its value, but it will only show the display field to the user. And we can actually see this and all the information of all of our fields in a tool called Clipboard. You can open the Clipboard tool by clicking the Clipboard icon, which is over here down below. We open this gear icon and this is our clipboard. So if we open this, it will open this pop-up window. Here we have to make sure that we are in the correct thread. So usually when we are working with a case type, if we click here, we will see the ID of our case type. Right now we are in App Studio, and for some reason it doesn't create the ID when we first start our case type. But I know that in my case it is going to be right here in this thread. So I'm going to open this one. You might have a different name or you might have an ID, an actual ID. In my case, I don't see any ID here. But if you see an ID, you select the thread with that ID. So I'm going to open this one, which I already know here is the information for this case type. So how do you know that you are in the right thread? So here we can see that we have different pages. We have user pages, data pages, link property pages, and system pages. Right now, we want to open the PY work page. So that will always be inside user pages. So expand user pages and find PY work page. So here it is. You can actually see here the name of the page, which is PY work page, and the class where it is. So in this case is in HBA booking work and the name of our case type, which is reservation. If we click on this page, we can see all of the information related with this case type. So here we can see the check-in date, the checkout date, other values related with this with Pega that creates automatically. And down below, we will find our room type. So you can see here that we have the PYUID. So this value, instead of storing the single, double, or king room type, we are storing the identifier of that value. So take note, it starts with 35, C, and 9. you can actually see the information of your data pages over here. In data pages, expand this one, expand thread, and you will see here that we have our hotel list and our room list. So expand room list, and you will see this one, which is PX results. Expand this one, and here we have all of the rooms that Pega has retrieved from our database. So let's find this one, room type 35C9. It's not this one, it's this one. This is the type double. So let's go back to our application. And yes, that's correct. We are on double. So I think you can see what I mean by we are storing PYGID, but we are displaying another thing. Okay, so let's fix this. Let's go to our case type. Let's open our view. In our room type, let's configure this. So the identifier field, I want this to be our display field as well. So can you see now that it is working? So this is really nice, but you will see that we have a problem with this one. This room type, which is called other, isn't part of our decision table. If we select this one, we will see that we have 0. So obviously, because we don't have anything, it is going to be 0. So how do we fix this? Do we want to add this to our decision table? Probably not. That destroys the purpose of using data pages. The data page already has the rate value for each room type. So if we open once again our data page, so this is the data page for our other room type. And you can see here that we have our properties and our values. So we actually have the rate right here. We don't need to create a decision table. We already have the information. So instead, we want to grab the property directly from the data page based on the room type we have selected. And for this, I think it's a good idea to create a data object within our case type. So the next video will be exactly this. So I will be seeing you in the next one. Thanks.